Hello, my name is Christina James. I'm from Norwalk, Connecticut. I have a bachelor's in journalism with a focus in communications, and I am in the new media journalism program. Recently, I have decided to start a blog that showcases youth and young adults in my community who are going over and beyond to help the community in a positive way. I became interested in journalism around the age of 19. With journalism, I was able to speak to people and I was able to write their stories. And the more I spoke to people, the more I realized everybody has a story, whether it be something they went through as a child or what they're going through in their adult life, becoming parents for the first time, or, just anything that they've gone through. Everybody has a story that is relatable to somebody else. And I just took that in and it became what I wanted to do with my life. And this is why I identify so much with the primal inclination strategy. When explaining the strategy, Robert Greene explains that sometimes something in culture sparks a deep connection, as he goes on to tell Daniel Everett's story of growing up in a small town on the Mexican border. He tells of Everett's fascination with the Mexican culture starting at a young age and how he threw himself into learning everything he could about it. I grew up in church and I would always hear people giving their testimonies. Um, Even at 7, 8, 9, I would want to know more about these people and what they've been through and how they got through it. And so I would find myself like finding these members and going to them and asking them, could you tell me more? Most of the time they thought I was just a nosy little kid. But after reading this book, it really speaks to who I was. I am a journalist and I have been one at heart, I believe, since I was young. The Darwinian strategy, after reading that, let me know that it was okay that I haven't gone straight to like newspaper or magazine right after getting my degree, my bachelor's degree, because everybody wants to write for magazine and newspaper. And it is so hard finding a job when everybody is looking for that same job. I plan to find a way within the journalism field to fit myself, to make it something that I can succeed at and master. I definitely identify with the rebellion strategy in Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's story. Wolfgang had to overcome his father raining his wants and needs for his son's life on him, whereas I had to overcome other people telling me what I should and should not do outside of my family. The adaptation strategy for me was more about encouragement, to realize that things around you are going to change. Your career is going to change. The aspect of your career is going to change, but it is up to you to find a way to fit in to that industry. The last strategy that Robert Greene speaks about is the life or death strategy. This strategy definitely ties into my turning point story. I graduated from college with my bachelor's in 2014. I have not worked in my field. I have been in the medical field ever since I've graduated. It wasn't until recently I got a new job after having my baby, and I was sitting there looking around and realizing that this is not what I want to be doing. I don't want my daughter growing up seeing me unhappy. That's her in the background. I want her to see me living a life that is fulfilled because I'm doing what I want to be doing. Robert Greene says in this section of the reading that the way back to your path requires sacrifice and that you can't have everything in the present. I know that in order to provide for my child the way I want to and for us to reap the benefits of this career, I'm going to have to sacrifice so much time with her and I'm going to have to sacrifice time for myself. But in the end, I will be doing what it is I was destined to be doing. In the next 3 weeks, I plan to start getting my blog off the ground. First, I want to speak with someone about redesign. And secondly, I plan to start researching and maybe even speaking with some youth organizations and youth in my community that I have not spoken with yet.